Local mom tells the I-Team she is in fear for her life because of threats from her former lover, a married Jacksonville police officer.
Every day he was telling me he wanted to bust my lip, black my eyes. He even told me that he wanted to rape me at my daughter's house.
The I-Team has obtained those text messages, but do they tell the whole story? Only News 4 Jax was in court to find out. Right now, that officer, Halsey Bowers, is under an internal affairs investigation and reassigned to temporary desk duty.
This week, a Duval County judge dismissed the case against Bowers. The judge found the accuser did not prove she had good reason to fear for her life and instead was engaging in rough sex role play with the officer. But that accuser tells the I-Team that's not true. Lindsay Gardner is working to get answers. Lindsay.
Mary, today I obtained these internal records from JSO about Bowser's history. Complaints against him span 3 pages. He's been on the force for 22 years and he's had 11 civil complaints against him. Now, many were not sustained. I did find, though, he was reprimanded previously for rudeness, unbecoming conduct, and unnecessary force. All of those cases are now closed. The only pending case is this one involving Missy Whitten. She sat down with me today to tell me why she's so afraid for her safety. We do want to warn you the language in this story is graphic.
He's saying in court that it was just a fantasy. You don't fantasize about killing people. It wasn't a joke. It's not a joke now. And he's took a lot. And I hope JSO does something to him.
Local mother Missy Whitten in fear for her life, she says, because of Jacksonville police officer Halsey Bowers. We were there as the two faced off in court this week. She was seeking an injunction against him after just 2 months of dating. Her attorney used dozens of controversial text messages as proof. We obtained some of those messages from Officer Bowers to Whitten, including, "I'm going to beat the out of you if you keep on," and "You need to dress how I want you to. When I bust your lip, you keep your mouth shut about it. Take that beating one time and I'll trust you. When I beat you, we'll see if you can be trusted when you got a black eye. This is knock you out and rape you. I put my gun in her mouth and blew her brains out. And even, do you want to die?"
He flips. 1 minute he's okay and the next minute he's angry.
Why did you continue to have sexual relations with him after some of these text messages started?
I was threatened. I was scared because, like I said, if I didn't talk to him, he would come up to my job. I was intimidated by him wearing a badge, him wearing a gun. If you're not in that situation, you wouldn't know how I would feel until it happened to you, so nobody could judge.
Bowers admitted to sending the text in court.
And did you ever mean to carry out any of the alleged threats in an abusive way or non-consenting way to Ms. Whitten?
No, those were nothing more than fantasy games. Like I said before, she participated in just as much as that as I did.
The problem, the defense argued, Whitten saved some messages but deleted others. The judge agreed, finding this was a case of rough sex between consenting adults.
I was angry at the judge, very angry. I was disappointed because she's a woman. How would she feel if a man done this to her or her grandkids or her daughter?
With deleting some of the text messages from your part, do you have anything to hide?
I have nothing to hide. Like I said, I told his attorney and the detectives they could go pull all my records. I have nothing.
What do you want Sheriff Mike Williams to hear from this story?
Just how dangerous this man is. This man needs help. He don't need to be on the force at all.
The JSO Integrity Unit also testified and said they did not find that a crime occurred. We reached out to the Sheriff's Office for comment, but they told us they can't comment by law because it is an ongoing internal affairs investigation. I did reach out to Officer Bowers' attorney who sent me this statement. That's why we have the system in place to hear both sides, and the judge heard all the evidence. The judge was able to observe a video of her, meaning Whitten, on September 5th, having normal interactions at her place of employment, to which was the day that Mr. Bowers testified that he ended the relationship, and she waited some time after that to file for this restraining order. Missy Whitten disputes Bowers' claims about how that day panned out. Now, we do want to let you know we will continue to follow this internal affairs investigation and keep you posted. In the studio, Lindsay Gardner, Channel 4, the local station.